Hi, this is Kanishka Ramchandani, the editor of Professional Beauty Hair Research Journal, and you're watching me on PBI Spotlight. With me today is the curly hair girl who is trying to build a universe of curly hair. That's Isha Mahabal, the owner of Alchemic Salon, which specializes in curly hair, and the owner of the brand, The Curly Co.
The Curl Co.
The Curl Co, right. So she's going to talk about curls and much more, and let's get this started. Thank you so much for joining me, Isha.
Thank you, Kanishka, for having me here.
It's an absolute pleasure, and this whole perspective of being specialized in curls is great, and we'll get to know more about it. But how did this whole thing happen? Was it your love for curls, or is there a twist in the tale?
So actually how it started was I've been doing hair for 12 years.
Okay.
And I worked in several salons. I actually studied abroad, and when I came back I realized that there's a big gap in the market who doesn't specialize or sort of cater to people with my kind of hair, because everywhere I used to go they used to tell me something wrong with my hair. I need to either straighten it to make it look nicer, and that somehow just never sat right with me. So, and I've been a victim of fighting my own texture for a long time. Being in the industry, I still used to straighten and rebond my hair over the years.
Okay.
And I realized that for my kind of hair, it's not the most healthiest way to sort of do it long term. So that's when I thought that why not help girls like me and just give them the right guidance and direction, and yeah, make them fall in love with their hair. That's how Alchemic started.
Was it difficult to accept curly hair as it is for yourself personally?
Yes, I would definitely say so. I think when I was 18 years old, I think my first instinct after my 12th standard was, Mom, I want to straighten my hair, because that's when I thought I would fit in and like look nicer.
Yeah.
Because I do blame the media a little bit in terms of like growing up, I never saw anyone who looked like me, like especially the hair. And no one actually guided me on how to take care of my curls and make them look nice as they are without fighting the texture. So yeah, the journey of self-acceptance and love was hard, and I think now I'm just trying to heal my inner child by doing this for other people. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Yes, curly hair people do face a lot of problems, but as a business owner, how challenging is it to be in this niche?
So in the initial years, like I started my salon in 2018, so it's been roughly like 6 years now. So first couple of years, everyone was telling me that, hey, like you're limiting your clientele, and by doing this. But I think once I got more into it, I realized that having a niche is sometimes the best thing you can do for your business, because then you're just, on your own path, and you have no sort of competition in your head, because you're doing something that no one else is doing at that point.
Right.
So yes, it definitely was challenging in the beginning, but I just thought of like keep going and the direction and like working hard towards it. I think it worked out.
It definitely has. How do you inspire customers who walk in with curly or wavy hair?
So more than inspiring, I think right now what is needed the most is education and awareness that, hey, like you think that your hair is unmanageable or frizzy, well, which is normal. If my hair is not styled with products, it's going to look exactly like you. So I think with me, it comes a lot from understanding, like just empathy towards like what they're feeling, and not telling them or ridiculing them in the first 5 minutes.
Not judging them for
not judge
that
exactly.
Character, yes.
And if anyone wants to have straight hair, well, I am no one to stop them. I'm like, okay, we don't do this, but you can go out and get it done.
Right.
Because everyone's journey is different, everyone's needs are different.
Yeah.
But I think just telling them that, hey, whatever you have is okay, you're not alone. I'm just going to tell you how to fix it, and you're going to be okay. So I think that's what I follow, and I ask my team to also follow that.
Does it mean that you don't take clients who have naturally straight hair?
Of course I do. So we tell the clients to embrace the texture that they have naturally, and just make them like the best version of their own hair. So I do a lot of straight clients, of course. I do a lot of curly, wavy, anything in between. But yeah, I never advise a straight hair person to tell them like, hey, you should perm your hair or change your texture. I think straight hair is beautiful, easy to manage. No one is ever doubting that. but curly hair is, more, people are more resistant to accepting it.
Yeah.
So I think that becomes more of a challenge to just make them understand and tell them, hey, don't do anything to change your texture.
Right, got it. So tell me about Alchemic. You mentioned how it got started. Now, how is it going? What's the way forward?
So thankfully it's going very well.
Yeah.
I think now we are at a stage where I am very focused on making curly hair accessible for everyone, because having just one salon in one city is not going to help the millions of people who are having curly hair and want to do something about it. So now my next step is going to be having salons in multiple cities. So at least I have one salon in each city, so people can have access to, a curly hair stylist. So right now we are in Bangalore, we are in Pune and in Mumbai, and we are working towards another 2 metro cities, Kochi and Chennai, and Delhi, by the way. So yeah, so my goal is to have one salon in each city, at least for now. Yeah.
Right, but just having a salon in a city is not going to help you reach out to that kind of audience. So what other ways are you using to educate the end consumer that they should accept their texture as it is?
So I think biggest, my brand is born on Instagram. So it's a fully So it's a fully online marketing that I do on Instagram, and a lot of education, a lot of sort of tips and tricks to people who do not have access to curly hair stylists right now. So my main medium of marketing is Instagram right now, and also I'm starting a little bit of YouTube now, where I'm trying to just make people aware that, hey, your hair is not frizzy, it's this. If you do this, you're gonna have this kind of hair. So I think that's my starting point, and it has helped many people. I would like to believe that.
I'm sure. And these are the mediums to reach out to a wider audience.
Yes.
If you're not able to meet them personally, physically, at least this way you will be able to educate them into understanding their hair better. Definitely, that's a good way to go forward. So if you were to choose one product to take care of your curls, what would that be?
So as you guys already know, I have my own product range called the Curl Co. So I've been using that diligently for the last 2 years. And basically you just need one right product for your hair type, and then you're good to go. And I use the Soft Hold Curl Cream by the Curl Co. since the last 2 years, and I absolutely love it.
Can I touch your hair?
Yes, you can.
Wow, super smooth.
Yes, thank you.
There is that crustiness is not there at all.
Yes.
And what all have you used right now on your hair?
So I've shampooed, conditioned, like everyone needs to do that because that's hair care. And then I have used the Soft Hold Curl Cream by Curl Co. and a little bit of our hydrating curl gel on top of that, just to fight the humidity right now. But otherwise, I sometimes just use one product if I want that easy breezy styling routine and don't want to complicate it.
Right. And these products work also on baby hair?
Yes. So I do have 3-4 different type of stylers which can be used by like baby hair or curly hair or extremely curly coily hair. So there are different type of products for each curl type.
Wonderful. According to you, what is the ultimate curl crime? Something that a customer must have shared with you, like मैंने ये कर दिया, अब क्या?
I think rebonding and straightening.
Yes.
Yeah. Because then the regrowth phase is just horrible for especially people with this kind of hair, because the demarcation is so harsh that you just have to live with it for a long time. So yeah, it's just a cycle that you get in.
Yeah.
So that's something that I absolutely tell my clients to not do. Anything except for that, like get your blow dries sometimes, like change your texture once in a while, because we all deserve to have that change. And there's no shaming about like heat styling and all of that. But I think doing something permanent like a texture change is too much for curly hair to recover from. So definitely that.
Right. Is it also health hazard for the stylist?
In terms of the texture change,
Yeah.
I think so. I definitely think so, because I've done a lot of texture change services as a stylist early in my career, and there is a reason that why everyone wear like wears a mask, right? Because the fumes is just not the best environment to work in also. So in our salon, we don't do any texture changing services.
Right. Do you have specialized hair spas for curls as well?
Yes, we do have a treatment called deep conditioning, which works with curly hair. So I actually have imported some products from the US because I did my specialized master classes there, and they used to do this for like African American curls, and it's extremely hydrating. And then you also need that steamer and all of that. So I've got these kind of treatments in our salon as well. So yeah, it basically works on your moisture levels and hydration. It's nothing to change your texture per se. But if you're someone who likes to color and have fun with their curls, well, have all the fun you need, but then you also need to take care of it.
Yes.
So treatments like bond repair also works really well, like K18, Olaplex, all of these. So I'm a big promoter for all those treatments.
Right. So what is the main problem with curls that puts people off them? Like they want to change their texture. Why? Because of this one problem that they face continuously.
Because I think they don't know what exactly to do with them. They always feel it, no matter what you do, is frizzy, number one. And I also feel that they feel it's very high maintenance. Like, I need to do too much to make my hair look like this. But I have to tell you that I'm just using one product post my shower, which is not a lot. Like, we use 3 products on our skin every day. Twice, right? So doing one product after like every wash is not that big of a challenge, in my opinion.
Right.
So
this is your minimalist approach to curl care.
Yes.
You do your shampoo, conditioning,
and one styling product.
Styling product. Are serums not important for curls?
I like serums. I definitely like to use serums on the next day of my wash because I have a lot of color on my hair. I've bleached my hair right now also. So I do feel that my hair gets a little dry the next day or the day after workouts and stuff. So I do use a serum on my dry hair the next day. But it's not an essential product to style your hair.
Right.
Like it's just moisture and hydration, right? Like, so there is no hold to the product, so your curls are not going to stay as is.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about becoming a specialist in curl care, which requires training. So is there any specialized training available for people who want to deal only with curly and wavy hair?
There is. I don't know a lot of people who are training with curly hair in India. I know Vipul has a class which is for curly hair, but I don't know anyone else apart from that. I have done both my master classes from the US, and one was from Rezo in New York, and then one from Rented Hair in LA.
Yeah.
So yes, there's definitely investment that I've put into this education, but I think it's totally worth it. And if you want to do a curl specialization, I'm going to start my classes soon. But right now, there are a lot of people who do online classes as well. So you can start your journey as a curly specialist by taking maybe 1 or 2 online classes just to see if that's something you want to do as well.
Right.
Because it's pretty much a niche, and if you want to just continue doing that, then it's worth it.
Yeah. So you're saying you do your basic hairdressing course, and then you do these master classes to understand curls better.
Yes, because when I did it 12 years ago, like my foundation course, there was nothing taught about curly hair, probably just like one way to use a diffuser. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So I never got the knowledge myself to what to do with my hair. So teaching and doing it for someone else was like far, far away from this thing. So yeah, definitely I do feel that you need at least a 1 or 2 day masterclass for this.
Right. So in a salon setup, when a customer walks in and you are up for cut, color and styling, out of these 3, which you enjoy the most and which is the most challenging for you?
I think I enjoy the haircut process the most, because I think that can just change how they look at their own hair. Because suddenly when you put the right shape to curly hair, it suddenly starts becoming attractive.
Yeah.
It doesn't become too flat here, too poofy here, like that whole triangle shape. And instantly you have that volume which looks beautiful, like that roundness, that fuller shape. So I think haircut can be the most transformative when it comes to curly hair. And of course, coloring has been my passion since like day one. So coloring it is just like a cherry on top, but coloring for curly hair and like straight hair or wavy hair is not that different, like technical knowledge wise, right? Like you still use the same knowledge. It's just dealing with curly hair, I think, is more than skill. It's more than, I have to understand where you are coming from and like your 10 bad experiences in the salon, and to negate that and give you that oh my God, like wow, kind of a feeling. I think that's where that specialization comes in picture, I think.
Okay. And what about styling?
Styling curly hair is fun. It's not actually that difficult. Like I would say getting a nice blow dry or doing a nice beachy wave tongs is much more technical than styling curly hair, because all you need is a lot of moisture in the hair and right products, and then it's pretty
Right.
easy.
So in terms of color, do you think the placement of color is slightly more difficult in curly hair than in straight hair, because the light bounces off in a certain way?
Yes. So light, yes, and also main reason that curly hair people want to color is to give the hair more dimension.
Yeah.
Right? Because curly hair being so dense and so thick, if I don't have two-tone color, my curl definition doesn't pop.
Yeah.
So I think adding highlights or balayage to curly hair is tricky, because you need to make that color pop in the right areas.
Right.
So can be around your face, can be just like the ends, depending on what the client wants. But yeah, I think that's the only difference when it comes to application, but otherwise the technical knowledge remains the same.
Right. So what's trending for hair right now in terms of color and styling?
So in my opinion, I think right now face framing, bangs are big in terms of curly hair, because I think for so many years, even including me, I never got like shorter bangs, because I was like, how will I manage it?
Yes.
Now that I finally know that how I can manage it, and it can still look cute. So I think now a lot of people are going for and taking that plunge and doing that, heavy bangs or like short face framing and embracing their curls as is, which is lovely. So yeah, I think that's the trend. And in terms of color, I think just very like natural looking seamless color is in right now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like global plus highlights when it comes to curly hair. I love that, because it really gives you that dimension and that nice sort of swirly finish to the color. So I think that's something that I recommend my clients a lot.
Right. What's the best compliment that you have received for your curls, or for a makeover that you've done for your client?
I think whenever someone tells me that, hey, you made me fall in my hair, like,
Yeah.
I think that's something that really like touches me, because I know that someone like me who has struggled so much with like, liking your own hair, and my mom had straight hair, right? So I was like, why do I have hair like this?
Yes.
What's up? What's wrong, right? So now when I style someone's hair curly and then they look in the mirror and they're like, I love it. Like, my hair has never looked this good, and I'm going to keep it as is. I think that's my biggest win, that taking them away from that straightener, like that dependency on the straightener, that you go out on a trip and you're always like making sure your blow dry is intact.
Yeah.
Like I have lived like that for at least 2-3 years, where I was like, I'm not going to getting into that pool because my hair blow dry will go.
Right.
So I think just taking them out of that hole and be like, hey, you are lovely the way you are. I think that's my biggest compliment.
That's wonderful. I have noticed this, that most women are so tired of continuously straightening their hair at home. That's when they decide to go for their permanent texture change treatments, and it's out of that sheer giving up that I cannot manage my curls or waves anymore, and they just go for it. But what you have given them is absolute command over the style that they want to have every single day. So one day they can own their curls, the next day they can actually use a straightener or a blow dry and have so many different styles. Because what they don't realize is, even with straight hair, you get stuck with that texture. You cannot do anything about it.
That is true.
Like, you can't curl once your hair is
and it's so much more time consuming to like take those small ones and like curl your hair, and still doesn't look as natural as a natural curly hair person would look.
So that freedom that you're giving women is an absolute beauty, actually. Do you get male clients also?
I do a lot of male clients also, yes, but some people in my team are comfortable doing men's, then they'll do men's. But if some hairdressers are not doing or comfortable doing men's client, we don't force them to. Right now, we are just trying to build more women clientele, because my entire team is also women. We are 25 girls who are trying to run this company. So eventually, we will expand into, of course, men as well. But right now, we do a lot of kids, we do a lot of women and some men.
Right.
20%.
So if there was a tip that you would share with all the curly haired people out there, what would it be?
So I tell this to my every client, okay? Have patience if you're just starting your journey of curly hair. And number two would be, just don't compare your hair to anyone else, because it's not like something, you know, you can match to someone's hair. Everyone's hair is different. You are going to have your best version of your hair eventually with the right products and the care that you take. But yes, just be happy with what you have. I know it's very like preachy and very hard to sometimes, you know, follow it myself.
Yes.
Because I look at one of my clients, like, you have such beautiful dense hair. And I'm like, why do I have like flat hair? So women are all like that. We are always like, you know, appreciating someone else's thing more. But I try to keep telling myself also that, Isha, whatever you have is amazing.
Yeah.
And whatever she has is beautiful too. So I think that's one tip. And also, don't get overwhelmed with the knowledge that is there on social media, because I think they are overcomplicating curls.
Yes.
And that's also making people think that no, I have like 5 minutes in the morning to get ready. I can't do this. Like, that's why I need to straighten my hair.
Right.
So I think keep it simple, keep it tailored to your lifestyle and what your needs are. If you're not an influencer, an actor, you're not getting paid to have good hair every day.
Yeah.
Like, so it's okay to have a bad hair day once in a while.
Absolutely.
Yes, right.
There are a couple of curly hair myths that I would like you to bust right now. One is that you should not comb dry hair. Is that a truth or myth?
It's a truth, because once you comb your dry hair, all the curl definition is going to go, and that's what people call unmanageable and frizzy.
Right.
So don't comb your dry hair unless and until you're going to go and hop onto in a shower and like wash your hair. I mean, brushed out hair can be cute on like maybe your texture or like wavy hair.
Yeah.
But with curly hair, no, not so
So
much.
when's the right time to use a comb?
So I tell my clients or myself also to detangle only after my conditioner. So once I put on the conditioner, I let my conditioner marinate the hair for like a couple of minutes. Then I take a nice white tooth comb or a detangling comb, and I start taking out the knots from the bottom all the way to the up, the crown area. And then my hair is detangled, then I rinse off the conditioner and then move on to the styling process.
Right. It's important for a curly haired person to have at least 5 products on their dressing table to get ready every morning. Truth or myth?
Myth.
Yes, you have amply explained that. But if I were to style my hair like really nicely before going for an event or something, what are the basic products that I need?
I think a curl cream for sure.
Yeah.
And if you're, as you said, like you have an important event or you're going for a trip and you want that longer lasting effect, then you need a gel on top of it.
Okay.
But otherwise, for a day-to-day, I tell my clients just one product. You can do a curl cream. So curl cream essentially gives you softer touch, feel, hydrated looking hair.
Yeah.
And gel gives you more of volume and definition. So it might not feel as soft, but might look more defined, if that makes any sense. And if you combine both the steps, then you're going to have best of both worlds.
Right. Another thing that I've come across this mostly on Instagram is that your hair is not wavy or curly. You are forcing it to be curly by using all the curl defining creams and gels. So is that a truth or myth?
I would say somewhere in between, because now what has started happening that because 2025, those beachy hair are in again. A lot of people are using those overnight curls, a lot of things. They braid their hair with wet hair and sleep so that they can have curly hair. But you have to understand this is all temporary. You can have that kind of an effect probably for a couple of hours. If you like that, enjoy it, do it. But you can't just make your hair curly or vice versa. Like I can't make my hair look like you and you can't probably. But yeah, I mean, like doing certain things can force it a little bit and make that texture change a little bit for a few hours, but it's not going to be like longer lasting at all.
Right. And if you keep on brushing out your curls, eventually do they lose the memory of
No.
the coiling? They will always remain coiled. It's just that you need to groom them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
As a child, I used to think that the more I brush my hair, they'll become silkier or smoother, like my mom. Basically, I was like, why doesn't my hair look like my mom, like you? And she had this like beautiful hair like you, right? So I used to keep like brushing my hair 100 times each side every day, so that I thought my hair will become, but look at me. Clearly did not work. So,
Right.
yeah.
So one last question, Isha.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself in 2026?
I definitely see myself having at least 2-3 more salons across country, and I see myself starting probably education in curly hair field, because I think that's something that will empower other hairdressers across country to do right by their frizzy, wavy clients, right? So yeah, that's something that I definitely want to do now.
Great, and I wish you all the best for
Thank you
your
so much,
endeavors.
Kanishka. It was a pleasure.
And that was Isha Mahabal, the owner of Alchemic Salon, talking to us all things curls. And this is me, Kanishka, signing off. See you next time at PBI Spotlight.